So the Ignition grants are funded by all of you, that the ticket sales go to funding projects in the Baltimore community that ignite new ideas. And so thank you to all of you for making this happen. And then we have a group of judges that come together from a variety of sort of organizations around the community and independent people to sort of sift through the grant applications and pick out the two that they think are the most interesting and worthy of funding. And so this time we have two grants that we're awarding worth just a little over $2,000. And the first one is Bringing the Skies to Baltimore. We have a group of students from Johns Hopkins University who are going to be making a planetarium in the Southwest Baltimore Charter School. So tonight, coming up on stage, we have 4 of the students who will be working with the JHU Physics and Astronomy Graduate Student Outreach. And they will actually be making 2 different planetariums. One is a prototype that they'll be taking around to different schools to convince them to also install similar planetariums, and then one that they're putting in the charter school itself. So our first grant recipient. Congratulations. The second is called Trash Transformations, and in the Reservoir Hill neighborhood that there will be 2 young adults who will be building an archway out of the garbage that they find in there, mostly plastic and glass bottles. And that this project will be led by Chelsea Sherman in collaboration with New Lens, a nonprofit organization in Baltimore. And one of the really interesting things they're working on as a part of this project is that they will be trying to employ other youth through the YouthWorks program. And that at the end of it, they'll be having a trash-in show made out of wearable trash. And so the intent is to have this as a sort of a lasting feature in the Reservoir Hill neighborhood. Another icon for Baltimore is what we hope. So. Congratulations to Chelsea, and I don't believe she was able to be here with us tonight. Oh, she's right there. You should come on up. Congratulations. Congratulations. And this is Marquise, who will be working with her. So now that you see our Ignition Grant winners, that if you see them around tonight, talk to them. If you have things that you think could help them or connections that you could help them make, please do. That's part of the Ignition Grant program. Our next 2 speakers, thank you, are our former Ignition Grants, the ones we announced in the fall, and they are here to report on the progress that they made and what they learned from their projects. Our first is Amissa Miller, who will be telling us about the What Do You Do project, and then second, following her directly, will be Celia Neustadt talking about the Inner Harbor project. So I will let them take it away.
Hey, y'all. So I'm Amissa Miller. I'm the creator of the What Do You Do project. And What Do You Do is an interview theater project. I'm going around Baltimore and I'm interviewing people who identify as unemployed, underemployed, pursuing an unpaid passion, or for whatever reason, folks who feel uncomfortable answering that title question. So I'm going to share a few quotes with you from some of the interviews that I've done so far. I'm perfectly willing to work at a low-wage job, even though I have a degree, but it's tougher for someone who has more than a high school diploma to even get those kinds of jobs. They think you're a flight risk. They think you'll just leave as soon as you get a really good job, which of course I would, but I don't tell them that. I have a few strings to my bow, but I can't make 100% from any one string. Say I have like 5 strings to my bow, each of them equals 20%, so with those 5, I get my 100%, but it makes you a jack of all trades and a master of none. I guess I'm still exploring what my capabilities to work are now. Will it change when she's a toddler? Will I all of a sudden have more time? I guess not. I mean, I don't know at what point you can even work from home with a baby. I thought it would be really easy, like I'd just put her in a sling and type away. That's probably happened all of 15 minutes in the 6 months that she's been here. I was poor and unhappy, so I thought to myself, I might as well be poor and happy. These quotes are from an editor/community activist who has been homeless for 10 years, a graduate student who makes ends meet by working as a soccer referee and a nude art model, a part-time teacher, semi-retired actress, and full-time mother, and an artist whose work earns her the respect of her peers, but no money. These are our neighbors, they're our colleagues, they're our loved ones here in Baltimore, and I wanted to explore how we identify ourselves, how we measure our success, and how we're impacted by both the search for and the meaning of our work. So, with all these interviews, I'm putting them together and I'm creating a theater performance. These are going to happen during the last week of May at a theater in Station North that I'm not going to name right now because we're still in negotiation, but look forward to that. We're also partnering with the Pratt Library to do some performances in early June at the Central Branch, the Pennsylvania Avenue Branch, and the Orleans Branch. Our presenting partner is Baltimore Performance Kitchen, an amazing organization. Hopefully you all know them and are supporting their work. Also, if you'd like to hear some more excerpts and if you're interested, I will be at Pub Lab, which is a weekly performance series on Sunday nights at Liam Flynn's. I'll be there on April 14th, so we'll be talking more about the work, I'll be sharing some more stories, and we'll be playing some drinking games. It'll be really fun. You can always email me if you're interested in sharing your story and being interviewed for the project. You can find me at whatdoyoudoproject@gmail.com. If you're interested in partnering with us or if you'd like to be involved in the production in some way, just, reach out. I'm totally open to working with all of you, and I hope to see you all at the show. I'll leave you with one last quote. I always know what I am. It's different than what you do. What you do is how you earn money, but what you are is the song that's singing inside you. So, to the song and all of us, thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Celia Neustadt. I am the founder and director of the Inner Harbor Project. I was born and raised in Baltimore City. I attended Baltimore City College High School, and when I was in high school, A-City, okay. When I was in high school, I didn't go down to the Inner Harbor. My friends and I, we did not hang out there. We really saw it as a tourist space and a place that wasn't meant for us, and we left it at that. A couple summers ago, I was walking through the Inner Harbor after an Orioles game, and I was surprised by the sheer volume of black teens hanging out in the Inner Harbor. And I was surprised because this had not been my experience growing up in Baltimore City, but I was also intrigued because I was studying public spaces in college, and specifically, I was focusing on this theory that traditionally disempowered people could reclaim power through the use of public space. Let me give you an example. I was in the Inner Harbor the other night at M&S Grill. I was having a beer, and I was facing the gallery. I saw 5 or 6 black teens waiting to cross the street on the corner of Calvert and Pratt. One of them was having a great night. He was the coolest kid, and he knew it. He had his pants down to here. He was wearing a visor upside down and sideways, which is, I think, a look that he invented. And he had a fresh Prince of Bel-Air haircut going straight up. He was killing it. So I saw a white woman, probably mid-30s, with a stroller, and she comes up behind him also waiting to cross the street. She looks down, she sees his pants sagging, and she immediately turns 180 degrees so that her back is to him and her face is to me, and I can see the look of disgust on her face. So I tell this example for 2 reasons. One, this is an example of the culture clash that's happening in public space right here in the Inner Harbor. We have a clash between 2 different classes, races, probably suburban versus urban, and this is all happening right here in the Inner Harbor. I also give this example because examples like these and others that include more tension have really turned the attention of a lot of people in the city. So the city is pivoted right now looking at the Inner Harbor. Teens, which are a traditionally unheard of, black teens especially, unheard of population, non-voting, have really turned the attention of the city council, police officers, local businesses, hopefully maybe even the mayor if we keep our fingers crossed. So why am I telling you about this? The Inner Harbor Project aims to reconcile the competition for public space. Our goal is that when these two individuals meet, this teen and this white woman, that instead of recoiling from each other, they embrace each other's differences, and I'm going to show you how we're doing it.